Okay, so welcome back. This is draft number 11 for 3-0 drafts. My name's Igor, and we have some really good white. So Baird is good, foil Baird nonetheless. Urza's Rona's Blast is okay. Um, I think it's just a skittering surveyor. It's a skittering surveyor, and with a pack like this, we should make a note that white. We're sending a strong white message, right? So whoever's to our left is going to see two really good white cards. Here's this Rowan's Blast. Honestly, like in the right setup, it could be really good. But man, no, I have to take a white card here. Um, in drafting, it's always more important what you're being passed as opposed to what you're passing. And Danitha is just excellent. Pegasus Courser is good, but if you combine Danitha with equipment, it's very strong. Like the thing is that she's got lifelink, so if you put a jousting lance on her, she's swinging for 8 every turn, and most likely your opponents can't attack into a 4/2 first striker. So yeah, we need to take her. So now Wizard's Lightning is excellent, and it's actually much better than Gideon's Approach. I've seen people splash this card, and I think it's actually reasonable to do that. If you're really short on removal, and this is the only thing you have, it's great. It works with Chronicler. You can bring it back, cast it for 1. So I'm happy taking it over a Grun. Grun is mediocre, really. All right, well, now I will take a bear. I think people have really underestimated Baird in their first assessment. But there's also Goblin Barrage in this deck. I almost missed that. No, we got to take a Goblin Barrage. This is just better. 4 damage to the face is no joke. You can finish out a lot of games with that alone. So now we're seeing green. Green and white. There's even a solid black card, but I think I'm not. I don't think I need to take a black card here. No equipment. If I saw like a jousting lance or a sword, I would consider taking Vanatha. So the question is like, do we want to continue cutting white? Like we're not the best card in here actually is Thorn Elemental, and it would kind of move us into a third color. We could also just take a Sergeant at Arms, which is decent. But I think I'm going to take a card with the bigger upside. Like I don't mind being red-green if that's what's going to end up being open. I don't have any color preference, honestly. I find that more often than not, I end up being. Well, I shouldn't say that. I find that I end up being like black-green saprolings at a higher rate than I would expect normally. All right, I guess if white's flowing, we're going to keep cutting it. And the person to the left of us should understand that white is not open because we haven't shipped any good white cards. I wouldn't count Sergeant at Arms. So Memorial to Glory is definitely better than a Warcry Phoenix. Most of the time, you end up getting more than enough playables, and having a land as a 24th, 25th card is really strong. Short Sword. So Dub does work with Danitha, but I'll still just take Radiating Lightning. Yeah, with First Strike Charge could be something. All right, now I'll take a dub. With Danith, it's kind of a 2-drop. All right, we get another charge. I guess for signaling purposes, I'll take charge. I wouldn't mind having the green card, but I don't want to. I'd rather just send a signal. Nice, Karn. Well, yeah, I don't think we can pass him, right? This is actually the first time I've opened him in many, many drafts. Like, ridiculous. I have, I mean, I mentioned this before, but all mythics are not created equal because I opened maybe no joke, 8 copies of Daragaz, and this is my first Karn. Yeah, I don't know why the art's not loading. Magic was doing some weird updates. Uh, there's an Aldister board in there as well. So, let's see. I think it's call the cavalry or fiery intervention. Yeah, artifacts is actually something we can draft. Yeah, so this creature gets +1/+1 for each artifact you control. So if we have a short sword and a jousting lance, this thing just spits out 2/2s. Actually, 3/3s. Yeah, because the creature gets +1/+1 from its own ability. Anyway, so call the cavalry or intervention. I'd rather have removal, I guess. Well, this is a difficult pick because honestly, I'm just gonna take call the cavalry because we know we're white and we don't really know if we're gonna be red or green. And fiery intervention is it's not the best mediocre. It's removal, and in the right setup, call the cavalry is super strong. So now we have settled the score and a Tiana. Guess we'll take a Tiana. We're passing really good black. Man, I'm not complaining. I got a card. I will play this card. Haphazard bombardment is perfectly fine. All right, so maybe can we splash Halar, and do we need to? Halar's not good if you don't have kicker. Honestly, he's just 3 for 3/3 trample. Is meh. Trades with the Knight of Nubanelli essentially. So it doesn't really do much. There's no red in here. I guess it's just a Knight of Nubanelli. Like Knight of Nubanelli is terrible unless you have a Pegasus Courser. Actually, all white decks are terrible unless you get a Pegasus Courser. So Sergeant at Arms or Invoke the Divine. We have 6 creatures. I'm 7. I'm a little concerned. So do I take a Sergeant at Arms? 6 is really low, but this is really important. 7. All right, I'll take this now. Sergeant at Arms. I mean, it should wheel if no one else is playing these colors. They could splash Turtle. Turtle with a dub or equipment is actually not bad. So I don't mind making Turtle our splash card alternate win condition. And if we can, for example, yeah, if we can get on Sarah's wings, that is something we could do. So we could take glider just as evasion, something to equip. Guardians of Koilos isn't really what we're looking for. I don't mind taking a glider. Wonder, sure. All right, well, I'm glad red's open. All right, so we're in the right colors, it looks like. Red is kind of just gifted to us as an open color. And all right, so Thorn Elemental's got to go. And we did a good job of sending a message about white, but it still looks like we're kind of getting cut in white. Yeah, we were seeing more red this back, so. Um, Well, he can protect Karn, but it's not worth bringing this guy in just to like blink Karn during if somebody's trying to attack him. Wow, so no one's red green, but I think that ship has sailed. We're not going to try to go red green right now. Run amok might actually work in this deck. Okay, so wow, this is pretty crazy. So a second haphazard bombardment. They actually synergize with each other. Champion of the Flame could wheel. I mean, I really want a champion. I don't think I need a second Skittering Surveyor. It doesn't look like we're splashing another color. But the thing about so this is the way haphazard bombardment works. When it comes in, you put 4 permanents, and only one of them is left. And you keep destroying something as long as there's 2 or more. Yeah, if 2 or more. So when this comes in, this puts another 4 counters, and with this one, you have 5 left, and you get 4 more triggers. So I will take a second haphazard bombardment. I'd love to wheel Chronicler, Champion of the Flame, but man, you can even just destroy lands with this thing and slow down your opponent that way. Another Memorial. Yeah, why not? 1/1s go well with equipment. All right, well, this is kind of a miss. Maybe we could maybe consider splashing deep now, but see, deep freeze just gives my blocker, my opponent a blocker, like a wall. We could maybe splash vicious offering, even though that would be kind of sad. All right, I need a minute. All right, I'll take a familiar because she works well with Bardic Wonder. I'm not sure I'm going to play this card, but I don't mind having it. All right, Gideon's Reproach is good. I do need more creatures. 11's not going to do it in this deck. All right, it's perfect. Well, not exactly. We do have. We're very crowded in our 4 slot, but I don't need a Voltaic Servant in this deck. Another equipment. I think 3rd Memorial might be a bit too much, and equipment is important in this deck. Or just another glider. I would like to have Adamant Will to protect a creature that has a double equipment on him. It's very important in a deck like this. I'm short on creatures, so I'm just going to take another glider. It really sucks playing 2 of them in a deck, but Dominant Trapper makes it much better. So Urza's Tome, would Urza's Tome work in a deck like this? I think it may. I don't think I'm going to main deck it, but if we're up against like a very grindy match, I might bring it in. Do we need to splash turtle? We have 24 playables. Honestly, we can just cut the turtle. We can win without this guy. We have Karn, for crying out loud. So what else would I like in this deck? Like Chronicler to finish it out. We have plenty of effects like Goblin Barrage, Wizard's Lightning, Gideon's Reproach. It can bring all these things back. Even a Run Amok. I don't think this is a deck for charge. We don't have that many creatures. We're more dependent on equipment. Ah, sweet. I said he would wheel. Ah, we have ourselves a deck. That is really cool. So we have 14 creatures now. Another Run Amok. I don't want. Yeah, you know what? Like with our deck, we don't really need a Gideon's Reproach. I think I would rather just have 2 Runamucks. And we still need to make a cut. Not cutting Surveyor. Surveyor is just value. With 2 Runamucks, I would play a Fire Elemental. So Warlord's Fury, would that work in a deck like this? I think it may. Knight of Dominaria, Champion. All right, not sure if I'm going to play this. And really, this is, I always say this is for Quende. This is a Quende setup. So 2 dubs. I think, even though this is an equipment deck with Tiana, I'm not going to make room for another dub. It's 27. Kind of want to have 2 5-drops just for curve purposes. Maybe we cut a glider. 14 creatures. All right, let me give me a minute. Let me think about the build, and then we'll go to game 1. All right, so here's the plan. If I know that most likely I'm going to be on the draw, I'll bring in Gideon's Approach. Other than that, I think 1 Run Amok is enough for this deck. So this gives me 23 playables with 3 6-drops. Oh, this guy's really 5, but I want to make sure I hit my land drops, because haphazard bombardment can often put us in a position where my opponent just can no longer catch up. We need we need more white probably, so it's 9/8. I think that's reasonable. And especially with these tap lands, I don't want to go to 16 because you're more likely to have one of these in your opening hand. So it would just be frustrating where, let's say you draw, like you need to hit your whatever third land drop, and you draw to one of these memorials. It's kind of bad because you're taking a turn off. You can't cast your Surveyor. You can't, Wizard's Lightning, Danitha. So because of that, I want to dilute the probability of me drawing a tap land on like turn 3 or 4. So for that, we're going 17 lands instead of 16. It's not a big difference, but yeah, and Raider's going to help us filter. Urza's Tome, I kind of wish I can, again, because of 17 lands, I kind of wish I can make room for this, but our deck is so aggressive. And again, with Karn, we don't need to rely, this is our card draw. We don't need more card draw. So let's go to game 1. All right, this is actually pretty good. All right, I'd like to draw land. All right. So Jura is going to let us also cast Tiana if we can't find our 5th land. Okay. So that's the green Dominant Trapper. I will trade. I don't want to just keep taking 3 here. But I have a feeling I'm going to get Shivan fired or something. Or Run Amok. Or that. Yeah, like, and anybody who's thinking, hey, why do we need to, take 3 here? We can just take 6 and equip dub on Trapper. That's setting yourself up for failure. Yeah, I can see a lot of new players going for that. Well, then it's like a 5/4 first strike. Yeah. bad idea. So let's just go Skittering Surveyor and equip. I don't want to trade my Juris Familiar. I'd rather just make sure I can hit my land drop, get another mountain, go to Tiana, uh, meaning play Tiana next turn, and why not equip? And get it out of range of Sheevan Fire. All right, if opponent is looting here, that's pretty good for us. My guess is he's stuck on, he can't find his second color. Okay. So I'm gonna go Tiana, but I'm not gonna attack because if opponent has like bounce or removal for Tiana, I want to make sure I have a blocker. And my opponent's, quite ahead on the race. And red blue can be a very aggressive color. Yeah, see, that's a good idea. I saved myself 3 points of damage. All right, so just attack for one, no problem. Yeah, now imagine that Goblin Barrage would hit. Davenon Chopper with a dub. That would be bad. So Familiar lets us cast Bardic Wonder next turn, so let's just cast her and pass again. And if I get my sixth land, I am playing Haphazard Bombardment, targeting Island, Urza's Tome, and the two creatures. Well, and definitely that thing. Or we should just probably Goblin Barrage that right now, and we can even get in for two. It's probably still better to go Haphazard Bombardment. I don't like taking 3 damage from it and going to 10, or potentially like, 9 if my opponent has removal for Joyra. But the thing about Haphazard Bombardment to me is that I'm like very on target with it, if you know what I mean. So I think I'm just gonna go Goblin Barrage now. It's not mana efficient, but I want to maintain my life total with Haphazard Bombardment. It's gonna be very difficult for my opponent to fight back, and I don't mind trading 2 for 1 from this point. Two points for 1 point. That's a race I can win. All right, like one of the justifications you could have for attacking is, all right, let's say nothing else happens, and all that we're doing between now and the end of the game is my opponent's hitting me for 1 and I'm hitting him for 2. Who's going to win? Well, in this case, we're going to win. All right, so I'm definitely casting Bombardment. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I should probably cast it after attacks, to be honest. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, Skittering Surveyor is just going to hit Tetsuko, so I'm going to keep him back, actually, because if Haphazard, well, not only because he can't get damage in, but if Haphazard Bombardment kills Tetsuko, then Overseer is blockable. Like I said, this thing is just, I don't think it's random. I have a feeling, I played with this card so much, I have a feeling that the game designers intentionally programmed it in such a way where it gives like better cards higher priority. So it would like create the illusion of you having constant good luck, which is actually like a brilliant game design, but it's pretty, how should I say it? It's like it's a sneaky approach. Make the players feel good. Anyway, all right. So not attacking anymore. I guess Wanderer, right? And I can equip. All right, no attacks. Oh, you. I wish you did that on my haphazard bombardment because that would do nothing. So it's not the end of the world. I could go double on Joyous Familiar and I could keep that guy back, but it is gonna slow me down quite a bit. A Jousting Lance and a Fire Elemental. So what's the play here? Ah, it's a start. That's right. So yeah, let's just pass again. Hoping opponent doesn't have run amok or removal. If he has removal, then I have to jump with familiar. That would be pretty bad. But see, like, there was no point in equipping. Well, I could have equipped short sword. Actually, I should have equipped short sword to play around sheet and fire on fire elemental because it deals 4, and if this thing has 5 damage, then we take it out of range. So that's kind of a mistake. I was thinking that if he has removal, I can just jump and prevent an extra point of damage. So I am going to play around run amok. If he wants to 2 for 2 me, that's fine. All right, sweet. Cool. All right, well, I can attack and make some 1/1s. So can I make a 1/1 and equip? This is 4, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 3 to equip. I'm 1 short. All right, I don't care about taking 1 damage, I guess. Let's just go all out. With run amok, this is a 2-turn clock. So 7/5 first strike owl. So bounce would be really bad. So no blink of an eye, no journey mage. But I'm figuring if he's oh no. All right. Well done, sir. Well done. You know, it's funny. Like even if you have removal for it, it's not going to work because it's a battlefield ability. Anyway, so where was Karn? Karn was busy. So Runamok is out. Gideon's approach is in. I need to make sure my opponent's got a very aggressive deck, so I need to kind of change up strategy a little bit. And I need to make 1 cut. I guess I'm gonna take out Dub. It's a blue deck. I mean, there's bounds. There's red blue has a lot of ways to interact with the board. So all right. So let's keep. Okay. I can take that out with lightning. I don't think I want to trade because with equipment, bodyguard gets better, and I have a lightning, so no need to offer trade up for a creature that I can kill anyway. So if he plays an overseer, I might just go radiating lightning and attack for 3. But I know he's got 2 of them. All right. Huh. Okay. Oh, I kind of misclicked. So I guess just even sentry this turn, and then we try to get greedy. Honestly, it's not necessarily. This is not necessarily like a bad play or anything. Yeah, I'm taking it. All right, give me like another X1. Ah, close. All right, well, all right. I'm gonna go radiating lightning pre-combat. I mean, I guess the alternative is like we play fire elemental, and then but then we're gonna have hazard bombardment. I just rather do this now. It's a clean 2 for 1. It gives me attacks. Actually, skittering surveyor can also attack because Journey Mage has a point of damage. Like if I didn't do it pre-attack, my opponent could have put Artificer's Assistant in front of Dauntless Bodyguard and Journey Mage in front of Surveyor. So I think this is probably good with Haphazard Bombardment coming. It's going to be very difficult to come back. Yeah, like even just destroying lands here, it's like, it's a good play. All right, so let's just attack and go Fire Elemental. We could also play and equip lands, but with so much mana up, we're susceptible to bounce, and this is kind of safer. Okay. Well, Jousting Lands can deal with that. So let's go 1-2. Equip, and he has to jump. So let's see. Jump. I can even attack with Surveyor because he has no choice but to jump the first striker. Okay. So do we see any equipment that we're concerned about, or any enchantments? Ah, card. Yes. Oh, and I can even I can even go Trapper into Karn and tap something. So let's keep. And it's actually probably better to do that unless we get equipment because we'd rather opponent use removal on Trapper rather than Danitha. So let's pass. God, Karn is so stupid. Okay, I will just Gideon's approach that. I don't want to trade anything else. Okay. So I'm kind of like there's a I guess an argument for taking an extra point of damage, killing the Warcaller because we're drawing to Radiating Lightning, but that's kind of greedy. I'd rather just do this. So we can play Danith. I mean, she's got first strike. She can keep this attacker back. So let's see if that works. And then, depending on what happens, I may not play Karn next turn. I may just play a Keldon Raider to filter a land and to make sure I have a blocker to defend Karn. Drawing artifacts actually wouldn't be bad here. Okay, so no attacks. That's good. Yeah, so let's just kind of hang back, play a Raider, filter a Mountain. So like our 17 card deck just became a 16 card deck. 16 land deck, sorry. And let's just pass. So Raider's not bad because he's going to help Karn make 2/2s. Okay, so I'll get hit for 2, and I'll draw a card. Oh, no attacks. Wow. Can you protect Karn? No, you cannot, creature. So I guess... yeah, why not? Let's go Trapper, Bodyguard, protecting Danitha. And pass. My Planewalker is better than your Planewalker. Okay. Most of the time, you end up not doing anything with that, but this time, it's pretty strong. Our opponent managed to kill Trapper. And now you attack with Golem? Nope. All right. Oh. All right. I'd rather just kill opponent. If he's stuck, the thing is, like, I don't want to start getting cute because he's got Jaya and she can filter a land every turn. And as good as Karn is, he doesn't actually deal damage by himself. So opponent also may have In Bolus's Clutches. It's an uncommon. But if he's going to steal something, I'd rather he steal a Tiana, maybe? Yeah. Another Karn. I'm not sure if that makes sense, but it feels right. Karn's like a decent card draw engine. All right, so I guess we play Karn plus I'm looking for equipment. So opponent gets to pick what he wants me to put in my hands. Okay, land. And what was exiled? Particle Wonder. It's not really what we're looking for. So we just pass. This is a bit of an awkward spot, to be honest. Yeah, now it's become even more awkward because I need to find equipment for Tiana like ASAP. Because if I can't, next turn Karn's done. Even if I like chump, which I wouldn't, Karn's done. And yeah, the problem is opponent's going to be able to start casting Goblin Mirages from his graveyard. And that's going to be a problem also. All right, so short sword. All right, let's plus Karn again. You know, I'm just gonna go short sword, Tiana, and attack. He's gonna Goblin Barrager next turn anyway. So one way I can get around that is by trying to deal 4 to Jaya, and then hoping to find a removal. Ah, interesting. So my opponent just chooses to chump to make sure that he has access to Goblin Barrages. That makes sense. Smart move. So now I guess since Karn's probably just gonna die, we can start using his minus ability. Then our deck. And he can make a 4/4. So it's not bad. Now we need Jousting Lands. And also, you know, we may be able to get a Taxon with Denethor if opponent wants to use Cloud Reader Sphinx. And if we can find like, do we have any other combat tricks? I don't think we do. Oh no, you did not. Oh wow. Yeah, I did say, you know, opponent might have in Bolos. Actually, we know he has in Bolos clutches. He played it. He played his first game. Duh. So that's another reason why I ran out Tiana first. All right. Well, GG's. That was fun. Actually, this is an emblem. I cannot target it. So, all right, let's do this. Let's attack Karn with Tiana. If we're gonna win this game, we need to kill our own Karn, which kind of sucks, but it is what it is. Let's attack Karn. Okay. And let's go haphazard bombardment. And go non-enchantment. So I can't put it on in Bolos' clutches. 1, 2, 3, 4. Kidding. And if there's one card that can help us get back in the game, it's this. There's an argument for equipping Danitha to keep Howling Golem back. All right, so Karn, gone. Trend continues, or Cloud Reader. Yeah, see again, Cloud Reader. Watch my drafts. I'm not making this up. First hit, it like way more often than not, it takes out like something premium. You can have a syncopate. I'll just play around it or cast something I don't care about. I have the board advantage right now, so my opponent would need to. Okay. Yeah, like I can kill Karn with Glider and Short Sword. It really sucks that like we cannot attack our, but he's at 20 life, and if you cannot get Karn off the board, the long-term advantage that your opponent gets is ridiculous. And even though it has a haphazard bombardment counter, I'm still going to try to do 3 to him with Glider because next turn I can kill him 100%. Yeah, that's smart. Opponent's smart to do that. So no attacks. All right. With the syncopate in hand, we need to run lands out. So this is frustrating. So let's attack Karn with Danatha. And we need to be ready to sacrifice Bodyguard to trade for a Howling Golem. All right, just takes it. So then end of our opponent's turn, we can crack our first memorial, get some 1/1s. I have 8 minutes left also, so I need to, I'm not worried, but still. Alrighty. So Karn's gone. I didn't even notice that. Okay. Sweet. There's actually a reason to kick it. Surveyor's not going to do much. Yeah, by the way, our opponent can't even double block because it's first strike. All right, so you know what? I kind of threw in the towel a bit too early there. And we're still drawing to our second bombardment. Okay. So he can cast Fight with Fire at some point. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. One more mana, and then he can just wipe my board. So that is definitely a problem. Oof. I think we need to attack with everything now because all our creatures are going to die. right? Does that make sense? Guess maybe he forgets. Let's just attack with bodyguard. I'd like to draw a card if possible. So when do I play Night of Dominaria? I'm not playing it. All right. I need to. I mean, he's got a syncopate also. All right. So let's just get in there. Okay. And pass. See, look at that value from a land. All right. All right. Attack again. Okay. I have a feeling I'll crack this memorial and you'll probably wipe them both out. And that would be just solid advantage. All right, all right. Yeah, I'll even play out like a jousting lance to make it scary. And look, I can equip both. So let's put a short sword on this guy and a lance on the other guy so that they don't feel left out. And pass. I think he's got to do it now. And then I run out a 6/2 first strike knight. Seems good. Thank God Embolus's Clutches is not like a sorcery. I think the original one was a sorcery. Control magic. Was it? Time to Google. Uh, no, enchant creature. Okay. All right, sweet. And pass. 6/2 first strike. Pretty hard. Pretty hard to block that. So 2 hits and I can finish off with a Wizard's Lightning. That's the plan. Okay. I think I use Wizard's Lightning now. So I take 9. Yeah, because if he has another Kelvin Overseer, that could be a problem. So let's just take care of it now. So that way I take 6, I go to 11. Huh. I don't need to cast it now, I just attack. Mm. All right, all right. So one of the cards in my opponent's hand is a Syncopate, and the other one is something else. Okay. So cannot syncopate that. So it's equip, equip, and pass. All right. Oh God. Oh, I forgot about this stupid ability. Oh, so every removal that he draws is like it counts for 2. Ah, that's brutal. Yeah, so whoever says Jai is bad for limited, eat your heart out. All right, so 1, 2, 3, 4. Is he gonna syncopate? All right, let's do the math. So he's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And can I pay 5? I can, right? So 1, yeah. So that's exactly. Cannot syncopate it. All right, so let's equip and pass. This is kind of a ridiculous game. I have 7 cards. Yes, we're both playing like kind of aggressive decks, but this is just ridiculous. All right, I think Even Sentry is going to get syncopated, so I would actually rather he syncopate Haphazard Bombardment, because then I can just play an Even Sentry. Yeah, no problemo. I'm not going to pay it. Nope. And play Even Sentry, and that way I have. Oh God. Oh, yeah. Syncopate is also a spell. He's going to exile Howling Golem, draw a card. Well, maybe he'll just mill himself if I'm lucky. Yeah, this is definitely one of the more ridiculous games that I've played. A land. All right, so chump, please. If we win right now, it's gonna be so hilarious. Yep. How many creatures do we have? So, let me pass. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. All right, we got some more creatures left. 9. All right. I don't know what to say. Magic's a crazy game. All right. So this is a good keep. I'd still rather just do this. All right, so let's hope no fungal infection. Unlikely in black blue, more likely in like blue green, of course.